everybody. Yeah, okay. I'm tripping because I'm almost a week late, okay? But I started a whole business last week. I told y'all I've been working on that. SheIsTwinkle hair. I will give the details in the description box and in another video, and I'll talk about it later because we're not here for that, okay? We are here for my review. I'm here to give you my take on the haves and the have-nots. This is season 5, episode 17, titled The Broken Washer, okay? And last week's episode, I wasn't like super interested in it. I feel like Tyler could have gave us a little more. I'm just waiting to find out that Derek is Candace's father. But since he didn't want to throw that out there yet, whatever. We'll take what we can get. But before I even jump into that, if this is your first time watching my video and you kind of like me at this point, you may as well click that subscribe button. I promise to give great commentary on some of your favorite shows, just like this one. To my returning subscribers, thank you so much. Okay, now let's get into it. So, episode starts off where it left off, okay, with Bimbo Benny, okay? Males usually aren't called bimbos, but he's a bimbo, okay? Bimbo Benny with the owner with his gun on him saying, "You killed him, you killed him." He's on the phone with the police, okay? Mind you, this is a black male and it's a white male, and the white male is pointing the gun at the black male with the police on the phone, yelling, "You killed him." So Benny is like, "No, I didn't. No, I didn't." And then so the owner has the nerve to lie and say, "I saw you." Like, no, you did not see him. Okay, you walked in and it looked bad. Okay, the dude was dead on the floor. Benny looking dumb like da-da-da-da. But, I mean, he always looks dumb. But he looks like he was caught, but he really wasn't. You didn't see him kill him. But whatever the case, all the lies were just floating around in the air, and he's already painting a picture in the police's mind. Whatever the case, the owner was like, "This is a mob man, okay? His family is going to kill you and your entire family." I'm like, I said the same thing, okay? They be watching my reviews. So, whatever, Benny doesn't know how to talk himself out of this situation because he don't know how to talk himself out of any situation. Okay, so now let's jump over to David and Erica. Now, remember, in the episode before, Veronica had, torched both of David's cars outside in the driveway, drove by slow just to show her face so that he can know that she did it, okay? So Erica called the fire department. The firefighters are out there. They're trying to put out the fire. At this point, Erica and David are sitting outside the house, like on the ground or the steps or something, and she's like laughing. And he says, "Well, what's so funny?" She was like, "I mean, it's just a nice night to sit by the fire." And of course, you know, this is not like a fireplace romantic setting, but she's just laughing because she's trying to find the silver lining in the situation because it's already crazy enough. So you have to laugh to keep from crying. And she's like, "This is ridiculously funny." And so David at some point tries to change the topic of the conversation and kind of ask her about her ex because he feels so bad about his crazy ex. And she dodges the question as she always does. Like, "No, I don't want to talk about him," because really she don't have a crazy ex. Her crazy ex is Candace. I mean, it could be War, but he's dead, but I'm pretty sure she's referring to Candace. Whatever the case, she's always able to dodge it. And so she starts kind of talking about this fairy tale in her mind. Like, "This is the life I always dreamt of living in a big house. You know, when I was a little girl, I wanted to grow up, live in a big house, have a nice, loving, caring, nurturing man like yourself." And David is like, "Really?" And he's like, "Even with the crazy soon-to-be ex-wife." She was like, "Now, not that part, okay? But I always dreamed of this." So, you know, I'm just, really happy. And at this point, I'm like, is she falling for him or is she playing the game? Because she snaps out of it sometimes when she has to call Candace and update her. She always remembers that this is a game that she's supposed to be playing. But, yeah, I've always said from the beginning, Erica is going to fall for him. He's already fallen for her. But David isn't entirely stupid, okay? I think that he's going to keep one eye open. And then at some point, it's going to be a conflict between those two. Because she's going to have to admit that it started off wrong, but then she actually did grow true, genuine feelings for him. So we'll see what happens with that. But whatever the case, they decide, they have their little moment, and they decide that they want to just keep doing what they're doing, meaning being happy with each other and just like loving and living life together in the same home, okay? And then there's all these like hugs and kisses and stuff, okay? So that little moment is broken up when the firefighter comes up to David and asks him like how it happened. David starts acting dumb. And I'm like, dang, Veronica, like, she really got you scared straight because you ain't even going to attempt to tell on her. But he also knows his soon-to-be ex-wife. Like, if I try to rat her out, she gonna rat me out. All of us gonna end up in jail. So he's kind of like, it's a catch-22, okay? He's stuck between a rock and a hard place. So he can't say anything. So the firefighter tells him, like, this was arson. Do you know anybody that would want to hurt you? Of course, he lies once again and says no. And so he was like, okay, well, I suggest that you talk to the police. And so David agrees. We know he's not going to talk to him. So then before the firefighter walks away, he does like a quick 1-2, like, Erica? And she's like, excuse me, what? Like, she's shook at this point. Like, shoot, he knows me. How does he know me? Like, did I like do like a trick on him? Was I in a real relationship with him? He clearly knows the real Erica. But she just pretended like she didn't know him. He kind of caught on to it. And he eventually let it go and was like, oh yeah, like, he changed the tire for me one time, whatever. Because David, his little jealous antennas is kind of going up because in his mind, Erica is all his, okay? So when the firefighter finally walks away after getting the hint, David is like, oh my gosh, maybe he knows your ex. Why won't you give me your ex's name? And she's like, let's just keep our exes out of this. Both of them are crazy. Let's just enjoy this time together, we shouldn't have to deal with it. They can deal with themselves. So, once again, she talked her way out of it. Okay, so now we have Oscar, okay? Oscar is pissed off to the highest level of festivity because he has found out that Candace is probably the one that stole the money and stole the numbers off his computer, and this is why Jim doesn't have his money. Okay, so he goes to her hotel room. He is banging on the door like, Candace, open the door, open the dang door, let me in. I know you in there, like going off, okay? Meanwhile, Candace is in the room across the hall. So clearly, the door he's banging on used to be her room, but she has relocated across the hall because, she's pretty smart and she knows he's going to come looking for her. That way she can be watching his every move. So she's just like peeping out the peephole. The maid opens the door of her old room and the maid says, like, I'm sorry, she's not here anymore. She checked out yesterday. So Oscar is heated at this point, like, dang, she could be anywhere by now. So he's just fuming, mad, and walks away. Candace is clearly pleased because she hasn't gotten caught at this moment. Okay, so then we have Veronica calls Candace's cell phone, okay? Veronica don't call Candace really unless she's like in a desperate situation and it's always something about David, okay? So she calls Candace, but Veronica's voice is shaky, like she about to cry, okay? Because she didn't just seen him come outside this house with this little chick Erica again, okay? And they just looking too like cozy, like they a happy little family, okay? Even in the midst of the fire. So Veronica's like, I need to see you because we need to talk about David and Erica. So she says, meet me at the Artesian bar. Well, clearly Candace can't be seen in public. She already know Oscar is looking for her. She knows Rocky the bartender is mad. Like she got to be incognito right now. So Veronica is like, I don't care. You better meet me there or I will close that account that I opened for you. And Candace was like, oh, but don't trip. I already closed it. So you ain't got nothing on me. And she was like, okay, well, I'll tell Jim Cryer about it. So Candace was like, okay, well, I might meet you there. And she was like, yeah, you gonna meet me there, okay? So they get off the phone. So then we have Jim Cryer. He calls Sarah, his little, Sarah is the DA's assistant, calls her and tells her to meet him at the hotel. Of course, she doesn't want to, but she really doesn't argue with him because she just feels forced into, coming to the hotel. So she agrees to come. Great. he gets off the phone, and Catherine walks into the room. Remember, she just left Wyatt's house. She updates Jim on the fact that Wyatt wants them dead. And Jim was like, okay, so what's new? And so Catherine says, like, what are we going to do? And Jim is like, well, we ain't got to do nothing because the Malones, they going to take care of them in a minute. Like, I cannot fight the mob. Like, I love my son, but ain't nothing I can do, okay? And so Catherine is like, okay, so like, is it on the news yet? No, it hasn't been reported on the news yet. But she's like, okay, so are we going to try to cover this up? And Jim says, of course, like, that's what we do, okay? We cover up our son's mess. What else? Like, do you have any other options? So then Catherine says, we need to let him face his consequences and stop enabling him. And I'm like, Catherine, girl, you've been watching my reviews too, okay? Because I've been saying that for, like, at least a couple seasons, okay? And so Jim was like, oh, what? So what are you saying? Like, you just want him to go to jail? Like, you remember what happened the last time he's in jail. He's not built for jail. Like, he can't handle it in there. And I'm thinking, so dude, you can handle like killing multiple people, but you can't handle going to jail. Like, and I know you didn't purposely kill those people, but you kind of like put yourself in situations where you were in the wrong place at the wrong time, and you actually did commit the murders. Now you're accidentally killing people, but at this point you think that like you're capable of getting away with murder, which is why you told your mother that you would kill her and your father. So, yeah, you really, like, you can survive in jail, okay? And so, when he says, Jim says, well, you know what happened last time he was in jail. And so Catherine says, I can't even believe Veronica let that happen to him. Remember, Veronica set him up to get, like, sexually assaulted in jail. Knowing his history and everything, and how a priest already like sexually assaulted him when he was younger. So she just added like more fuel to the fire. So Catherine says, I want her dead. And I'm like, Catherine, you a stone cold killer too. That's why your son is a killer. But okay. And so Jim was like, now, enough of that. Okay. We cannot threaten her. Catherine says, well, why not? And so Jim says, because she was in the room when you killed the DA. Okay. So we cannot do that. Okay. She has to stay on our good side. So Catherine says, so what are you going to do? And Jim is like, don't trip, okay? I'm going to handle the DA. I have a plan, but it requires me to be in a hotel room with another woman. And I'm thinking, Jim, why are you saying this? Because you've never told her before when you was in a hotel room with another woman. Like, let's be real. Like, you was just trying to kind of get under her skin. So Catherine says, boo, that don't affect me. Like you're always in the hotel room with another woman, okay? I'm not mad, okay? That train has already left the station. So he says, well, interesting that you say train. And I said, Jim, you are a nasty, nasty man, okay? That is disrespectful. I know that y'all got some type of business relationship, but that's still your wife. You still had kids with her. You don't need to be talking about no possible train with another woman to your wife, okay? Complete disrespect. So Catherine is irritated just like I was, and she walks away. So then we see Candace meet Veronica in the lobby. Now, this is a lituation, y'all, okay? Because Veronica is lit, okay? She been drinking, okay? And y'all know that she used to have an alcohol problem in the past. When she starts drinking, she's like all out of character. She's emotional. She can't pull it together. She starts coming up with all types of stories in her head, and that's exactly what she did in this setting. So Candace asked her, like, are you drunk? What do you want? And Veronica, of course, says, that girl, Erica, okay? How good is she? And Candace is like, she's one of the best. I trained her myself, okay? She's good. And so Candace says, what do you want me to do for you, okay? And so Veronica says, I have David's social security number, his mother's maiden name, and all of his old passcodes. Okay, great. Candace says, give them to me then. And Veronica says, no, what are you going to do? Because it's not about the money, okay? Like, I want to hurt him in his heart, okay? Money has nothing to do with it. And Candace is like, that's going to hurt him for sure. When all his money is gone, it's going to be a problem. Catherine and Veronica says, no, okay? What I want her to do is make him fall madly in love with her. Like, fall so hard, and then I want her to dump him. So Candace laughs, like, okay, like, that's all you want? Like, okay, I guess we can do that. And so Veronica is like, yes, that will hurt him. But I'm letting you know right now, your girl is not as good as you think she is, because she's not in it for the money, okay? When I see them together, and other people have seen them together, you can tell that she's in this for the long haul. So Candace says, oh no, that can't be possible. She says, okay. I'm just telling you. So Candace even questions, like, why would Erica fall for David? And Veronica even says, because he's remarkable. He's handsome. He's charming. I know exactly how he got to her. And Candace says, stop right there for a minute. And he left you, okay? So pop out of it, your emotions. He's all these things, but he left you. And so Veronica says, I know she'll fall for him for sure. So Candace says, you know what? This is ridiculous because you're drunk right now. And as far as I'm concerned, you need a man in your bed so that you can stop thinking about all of this, okay? We need to make this money. So Veronica says, look, don't be sending none of your ghetto friends over to my house. I don't need or want none of that, okay? I already had your brother. So, because she's ignorant and says stuff like that. And so Candace is like, don't even remind me, okay? I don't even want to know, okay? Let's just get this money. Okay, Veronica says, you know what? Get the money. You can have it. You can have all of it. I don't even care. I just want her to dump him, okay? And then I want her. I want her out in the street, and I want to watch her burn. Because regardless of the fact that she's playing this game, she's playing this game way too good, okay? And she didn't have her hands all over my man. And granted, I don't want him, but she ain't gonna have him. So I want to take care of her. And so Candace is like, girl, what you need is a man, okay? So be at your house because he's going to be at your house waiting for you. I will send him over there. And don't ever call me again to meet you in public. So Veronica just starts laughing because she's so drunk, like she can't even get herself together at this point. Okay, now to Hannah for the first time halfway through the episode. She is washing the dishes, and of course Melissa is like a lonely little like sappy like Eeyore. She doesn't have friends because she's so mean. She comes into the kitchen and she kind of like has small talk with Hannah. She doesn't really have a mother figure, and Hannah in a sense is kind of turning into that for her. So Hannah asks her what's her plan, like with her life and with her baby. And Melissa doesn't know at this point. She tells Hannah that she's taking it day by day. And Hannah, she sympathizes with her because she says that she felt the same way when she was in that position. But she found herself with 2 babies, either at church or at work all the time. So Melissa tells her she's not big on church. And I'm like, girl, duh, because you're a little demon. But whatever. And so Hannah says, okay, so you're not big on church, but how about God? Like, you really need to try him. He will help you through this situation. Although it sounds crazy to you right now and not real, he really will help you. So Melissa thanks her so much for her help because she does need that motherly advice, motherly touch. Melissa is lost. So Hannah does encourage Melissa to go back to school because Melissa was in school previously before she got all involved with Veronica and her shenanigans. And she tells her, like, you can take out student loans. Like, do not stop striving for what you want to do in your life. Your life doesn't have to be over because someone else tried to come in and control your life, or even because you have a kid on the way. Okay, so phone rings. Saved by the Bell once again. This is Derek calling Hannah. Of course, she got to leave the room so she can go cupcake with her boo. He just saw her earlier that night, and he's like, what did you do to me? I can't even stop thinking about you. And so she's like blushing, you can tell, because she's not used to people feeling this way about her. And so she tells him, like, boy, that is a lame line. You can't stop thinking about me, what I do to you. And he's like, will you go to the beach with me on Saturday? And so at first she's like, I don't know, but I haven't been to the beach in a while, so that would be really nice. Sure. So he's happy about it. They continue to have small talk, and then his line clicks over. What do you know? It is Veronica. Now remember, Candace told her earlier that she needs to get laid. She needs a man in her bed. So when Veronica picks up the phone, when Derek picks up the phone for Veronica, we see Veronica at her house already looking hot and bothered. Like, she's probably calling him around like 11 or something at night, maybe midnight. You already know like what hours that is. Like, she calling for a specific service to be done, okay? She lied to him and told her her washer was broken, hence the name of the episode. But really, her little heart is broken and she needs somebody to attempt to temporarily mend it back together. Put a few band-aids on her. Make her feel better for the time being, okay? So you can tell Derek is like irritated. He doesn't really want to go over there and put her washer together, but since he is like the maintenance man for like Catherine, Veronica, Hannah, he's like, okay, I will go over there and do my job. Excuse me, y'all. Okay, so then we have the bar. At the bar at the hotel, we have RK, Gia, and Rocky. Excuse me, y'all. So they're super stressed out, okay? They're trying to figure out how to move forward without Candace on their own in this little like prostitution ring they have going on. Oscar is actually sitting at the bar and he tells Rocky that he needs a double. Actually make that a triple. And so Rocky was like, what you need is Candace. Now remember, Rocky knows that Oscar is connected to Candace in some type of way because Candace had Rocky sneak and take the pictures of Oscar's computer. So when Rocky even mentions Candace to Oscar, Oscar says, okay, well, what room is she in? Rocky says 3031. Now, I don't know if this is her new room or her old room, but Oscar didn't really question it, so it must be the name of the new room. Okay, so Oscar asks, like, who is she to you? And so Rocky says, let's just say she's someone that I want to see go down. Because, of course, he can't tell, like, their true connection because then Oscar would be mad at him. Okay, so that's enough for Oscar. He gonna find Candace. So, now we have Sarah walk up to the bar. She's the one that orders a triple at the bar because she already know she about to meet up with Jim. She got to be super drunk because she already know what he gonna want, okay? He want to get in those jeans. So, Jim walks up behind her and gets a drink, kind of taunting her. And she's like not happy to see him. Meanwhile, Gia was told by Candace to work on Jim. Okay, so she immediately comes up behind him at the bar like, hey, you want to finish what we started the other night? I'm so sorry. But she's like super thirsty, okay? Jim doesn't want people throwing themselves at him, okay? He likes this cat and mouse game. He likes to chase people and taunt them or kind of feel like he's being sneaky and doing something wrong. So that like super thirsty stuff, the thirst is real and it's wrong. And Jim completely played her to the side like it was easy, like it was a game. Like he was at the casino and he was playing the slot machine and it was just that easy to quit her and walk away. It didn't hurt at all. So Gia is looking like she got pie on her face, okay? So then we have Landon. Landon is drinking and he decides to call Jeffrey, okay? Talk to his little friend because he tipsy. And Landon asked Jeffrey if he's still with that crazy dude, referring to Justin. So Jeffrey is like, dude, what do you want? And Landon says, I made a mistake. And so he basically tells him how he fell in love with the straight guy. So Jeffrey thinks this is comical because Landon gave Jeffrey such a hard time about falling in love with Wyatt. And now he's in the exact same position. Except he can't tell Jeffrey who the guy is, of course. So Jeffrey says, well, why don't you just tell him? He said it's not that simple. Like, I can't tell him. And so Jeffrey says... Landon asked him, like, I can't tell him, but, like, what do I do when I want to be around him all the time? And Jeffrey was like, you just learn to get past it and realize it's not going to happen because he's straight. And so Landon says, okay, I get it. So how are you? So Jeffrey already knew where this was going, okay? You're going to try to hook up with me. I already got too many problems in my life right now. I'm good. I'm not doing this, but you have a nice night. And... so they get off the phone. So then Sarah arrives at Jim's room, and this is an exact depiction of what is referred to now as like the Me Too movement. Like, she clearly doesn't want to be there, but she's scared about her career, and if she says no, then Jim is going to put her name out there negatively in the public light, and she's going to lose not only her fiance, but lose her job. And so she feels inclined to listen to all of Jim's orders, which he basically has her take off her clothes slow and crawl over to him and pleasure him. And she's not happy about it, but she feels forced to do it. She even wants to use a condom, and he won't allow her to do so, which is absolutely insane. But Jim is like, he's a sleazeball. So, yes. Okay, so then he's like laughing too, and it's not even funny. So we have J&J. Jeffrey and Justin, they are asleep in the bed. Jeffrey gets a phone call. He thinks that Justin is still asleep, but I don't trust Justin, so I knew he wasn't asleep. And it is Wyatt. He's freaking out. He tells Jeffrey that his parents took all his money. So Jeffrey is like, how? But then again, maybe it's for the best. And Wyatt is like, no, I want them dead. So Jeffrey says, don't say stuff like that. Are you high? And then Wyatt is like, high or not, I still want him dead. And Wyatt's dumb self was like, are you still in jail? Jeffrey is like, how can I be in jail if you're calling me on my cell phone and I'm answering the phone? And then, so Wyatt is like, okay, well, that's true. Well, can you come and talk to me in person? And Jeffrey is like, just tell me what you're dealing with over the phone. I can't exactly come right now. And so Wyatt says, I really did it this time. I killed a guy in the bar. And I'm thinking, dude, they gonna tap your phone line and you done snitched on yourself. And so Wyatt says, I really need to talk to you in person. So Jeffrey says, I will meet up with you tomorrow. So Wyatt says, okay, if you don't come over here, I may not be here tomorrow. But he's kind of, in my mind, trying to play a guilt trip on Jeffrey. He's telling him like he's going to end up just like his sister. Jeffrey says, you are not going to do that. Okay, you're not going to kill yourself. You're going to be fine. I will talk to you tomorrow. And so Wyatt is just like, okay, man, whatever. And clicks and hangs up the phone. So at this point, Jeffrey is worried about his friend. Like, dang, I might really have to go over there. But Justin is hot on fire. Like, you thought I was asleep? You thought I was asleep? Like, so Justin is wide awake. Like, what is it going to take for you to stop talking to him? So Jeffrey even admits, like, he thought that he was asleep. And Justin says, no, but it's a good thing that I wasn't asleep, okay? So Jeffrey admits to Justin, like, I need to go and be with him. That's my friend. And then so Justin says, well, cool, I'm coming. Jeffrey was like, no, you're not coming because I need you to be on a level 2 and you're always at a 10. You're going to make things worse. You're going to get jealous. You're going to wild out. This is not that type of situation. You need to stay here. And you're out of control. And Justin is like, I am coming. Watch me. And Jeffrey is like, this is why we'll never work out. This right here, this controlling jealousy stuff, this is like how my mother is. We're not going to work out. Justin says, oh, yes, we are going to work out. So Jeffrey is looking like, what? Like, who you talking to? And so Justin says, before I let him have you, I will kill all 3 of us for that matter, okay? I'll kill him and you and me. And I'm like, boo, this is a thin line between love and hate. Like, I told you Justin was crazy. I said, like, he will kill them all, okay? I predicted these things. So Jeffrey is like, boy, let me tell you this. If you ever say something like that to me, I will never speak to you again. And I'm thinking, you need to stop speaking to him now because dude is crazy. You need to get him committed just like your mother is trying to get Melissa committed. And so Justin is like, so you're just gonna like go to him? Jeffrey is looking like, I ain't gotta explain myself to you. And Jeffrey gets up and leaves straight out. And you already know Justin, he gonna end up following him. He gonna end up popping up. It's gonna be a problem. Okay, so then we see Derek. Derek arrives at Veronica's house to fix the dishwasher. He very quickly finds out that Veronica lied and she wants a piece of the action, okay? Apparently, they had relations years ago. Of course, that would be while Veronica was still married. So Veronica, she's just been thotting and bopping all around the town. Meanwhile, she got mad at David because David looked Erica's way. But whatever. So she says, like, Veronica's like, oh, you don't want to do it? Oh, so you gonna act like I didn't help you out? I didn't help you get out of jail? I didn't help you get back on track? I didn't get you a job with Catherine and all of my friends? And I'm thinking, ooh, we just found out a lot of information about you, Derek, okay? You was in jail, you're a criminal, she got you out, help you get you back on track, like, was you a bad dude in the past? Like, was you the type of person that would have sex with Hannah when she was younger, and now you're Candace's father? Like, is this who you are? Yeah, I'm just waiting for the moment. Okay, whatever. So he was like, yes, you did do all these things for me. And she says, okay, well, you didn't think you'd have to pay me back one day? And she's like, you will not deny me. And he's like, Veronica, I'm sorry. Like, I refuse to do that. So Veronica says, oh, so it's like that? Oh, okay. Derek says, I'm so sorry. So Veronica says, you walk out that door and all your secrets will go with you and there will be no one to protect you. So Derek is like, do what you got to do, okay? I got a boo, okay? I don't want to sleep with you. I want to sleep with Hannah. And if Hannah were to find out that Derek had relations with Veronica, it would be all over. But you know, Veronica is going to bring that up the first chance she gets when she realizes those two are talking. But Derek even tells her, like, straight up, as a man, I would have had more respect for you if you would have tried to seduce me rather than blackmail me. But you just look straight out desperate. So I'm good. And he walks out and she calls him a criminal, whatever. So, of course, we go back to Jim and Sarah at the hotel. They wrapped up their whole little thing. She feels nasty and dirty, which is understandable. And he tells her, I need you to do one more thing for me. That one more thing would be you need to get the bullets out of evidence. I don't know how you're going to get it. That's not my problem. That's your problem. Don't get caught or your career is going to be over. But if you don't get it, your career is going to be over because I'm going to put your name out there in the public. So get that for me, okay? Because it's the same bullets from the gun that my daughter used to kill herself. And I don't need this to connect to me. So figure it out. She's stressed out, but she has no choice but to figure it out. Okay, so then we have Benny back in the bar with the owner. The owner still has the gun on him. I don't know how long it's been at this time. But the owner is still on the phone because he said it took, like, he called the police an hour ago and it's like still taking them that long to get there. And I'm thinking, dang, this bar must be in the hood because they sure ain't taking y'all serious. Because if the police and the firefighters show up to David's house in like 2.5 seconds. So y'all clearly are not in an important area because the police ain't like responding to y'all at all. And so the dude is shaking with this gun. You know he ain't no killer, but don't push him, okay? So Benny is looking around trying to find out, like, how do I get out of this situation? Next thing you know, the owner is like, don't move. The gun is still shaking. Benny tells him, calm down because you're a little shaky with that gun. And then he's like, I need my phone. I know his nephew. I promise. He's my friend. And then owner's like, you don't know no Malones. Like, you don't look like the type to associate with them. So Benny just like has to do something real quick. So he attacks the owner, like literally charges into him and tackles him. They're wrestling back and forth and bullets are being fired. I don't know if somebody's accidentally going to get shot. I don't know if the owner's going to get shot and die and it looked like Benny did it. Y'all, I don't know. I don't know, okay? But we will see when it comes on tomorrow. And my goal is to record it tomorrow because I need to do better with my life. But anyways, as always, like this video. If you made it this far and you're not a subscriber, you may as well subscribe. Comment below so we can have conversation. And check me out at SheIsTwinkleHair.com. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.